Dante Moss, the son of the great Randy Moss, who most would say became the greatest college wide receiver of all time. And there was a reason for this amount of praise, because the stats he put up in his 3 years were insane. Spending all 3 years at USC, where his first 2 years were with Caleb Williams and his last year was with Malachi Nelson, he was able to put up these unbelievable numbers in just 3 years. Though it's crazy to me, he wasn't able to win a single Heisman with these crazy stats, but he won every single other award he could have possibly won. All in all though, with him being 6'5" and putting up these crazy stats in the NFL Combine, he's definitely going to be a lock for a top 3 draft pick in this year's 2026 NFL Draft. And he could definitely change the culture of any team that decides to draft him. Now, the 3 teams that hold the top 3 picks in the NFL Draft are the Jets, the Giants, and the Panthers. Now, all 3 of these teams have very good defenses, but offensively, they're definitely struggling a lot, and Dante being on their teams would definitely change a lot. Now, starting off with the Jets, they have a great defense, but after losing Aaron Rodgers because he ended up retiring after being on their team, taking all their money, they ended up drafting a new quarterback, Carson Beck, out of Georgia. And after they drafted him, the fans were expecting them to be immediately good, but it's been taking them a little bit of time to go ahead and get adjusted to the NFL. And with these offensive struggles, they only ended the season off with 3 wins, even with that good defense, just due to Beck struggling to not throw the ball to the other team. Now, they do have a great wide receiver in Garrett Wilson, but they do believe that getting Dante to have that Garrett Wilson-Dante Moss duo will make Beck feel a lot more comfortable in the NFL, so that's what they're planning to do with the top 3 pick. Now, just thinking about a Garrett Wilson-Dante Moss duo, that could be nasty. Now, the Giants also hold a top 3 pick in the NFL Draft, but it isn't due to their record, because if you remember, they ended up drafting Caleb Williams in the 2025 draft, and yeah, he had a pretty mid-season. I mean, it wasn't nothing great, but it wasn't trash. They ended the season 7-10. And honestly, they have a pretty good defense, and their offense has a decent amount of talent, but they're just missing that number 1 wide receiver. As right now, their best wide receivers are currently Jalen Hyatt and Emeka Egbuka, who they drafted in the 2024 draft. And while Egbuka had a pretty good season, the front office and the fans still believe that getting Dante Moss will make this offense almost unstoppable. And if I'm saying his last name wrong, I'm sorry. And with Moss and Williams being former college teammates, this definitely be a crazy offense. So they end up trading up into the top 3, and just know it took a lot to get up there. And now lastly, the Panthers. They also hold a top 3 draft pick, and it's really kind of sad and kind of crazy the fact that Bryce Young still doesn't have any talent around him. The front office got to do better. And I mean, since his rookie season, he really hasn't had too good of wide receivers at all. I mean, all they did was sign an old Michael Thomas, and he hasn't done too much. So due to the lack of talent that they're being able to bring Young, I mean, the stats he was able to put up just mediocre. But if they're able to draft Dante Moss in this draft, that'll definitely give Young an amazing wide receiver to throw that ball to. And like, just the fact that the Panthers defense is good, but like their offense has just been so bad, they really haven't been able to win no games. But Dante can definitely change all this. The Panthers gotta just be hungry enough to do whatever they can do to get Dante. And now finally, NFL Draft Day, and with no surprise, with the number 1 pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Dante Moss out of USC. Man, this is crazy. Being the first wide receiver drafted at number 1 since Keyshawn Johnson in the 1996 draft definitely means a lot to me. Especially being drafted to a team that has my former teammate, Caleb Williams. And now being drafted to this team that I already know has crazy potential. We got a young star at quarterback in Caleb Williams. And what was a decent wide receiver core is now a great wide receiver core with me, Jalen Hyatt, and Emeka Egbuka. And then of course, you cannot forget about Saquon Barkley, a guy who has been here his whole career. And then you can't forget about the defense, having players like Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Deonte Banks, and Bobby Okereke. Happy to say his name. I ain't gonna lie, I'm very happy that they decided to trade up to get me, and I'm ready to ball out this season. Also, here's how like the top 15 or whatever picks was drafted. If you was interested in that, here it is. But now my first training camp with Caleb Williams, he's trying to teach me a lot of things about the NFL. Because yes, even though we have played with each other for 2 years already in college, we got a good amount of chemistry, but being in the NFL, it's a lot different. See, in college, everybody's fighting to try to get to the NFL, but in the NFL, these are the best of the best, and you know what I'm saying? You got to be at the top of your game every single game. And immediately with Deonte Banks guarding me in this first training camp, I could already feel the difference between college and NFL. I mean, they're way more physical here. Everything, their ball skills are so much better, and everything is definitely going to be a little different. But at the end of the day, I still believe that I'm going to ball out here in the NFL. I'm just too tall, I'm too athletic, I'm a freak of nature. Like, come on now. I said I did pretty decent here in my first training camp against Deontay Banks. I won some reps, he won some reps. But now we finna go into the preseason, and in the first game, I'll be able to play one quarter to show off what I can do with Caleb Williams real quick. I know finally it's preseason game 1, and I've been waiting to get on this field. It's not a regular NFL regular season game, but I've been ready for this forever. We're down here 7-0 here on this little out route. I end up getting my first catch of my preseason. Ain't get too much yards off it, but hey, I still got a little catch though. Them boys running a zone here on 3rd down, and I'm supposed to get in the middle and stop in the middle, but he ended up throwing me the ball on the post route instead. It worked anyways, got the first. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited for this season. Just the fact that I'm on a team with my former college teammate already, it's gonna be kind of like a Burrow, Jamar Chase type of deal, but we're gonna be better. And here in my basically only drive of the game in the first quarter, I'd say we played pretty good, though we did lose this preseason game. I only played the first quarter, so yeah, don't really matter. And while we was on the field, we was doing our thing. Caleb was 5 for 7 with 50 yards, and out of his 5 completions, I was 4 of them with 41 yards. All right, so now in preseason week 2, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to try to get this ball down the field passing it, because we are playing against the Steelers, who have an amazing defense, amazing pass rush, and also it is raining, so hopefully Caleb Williams don't throw too many incomplete passes. And here on this play, I wanted him to throw the ball up to me just like how we did in college, but that ball just slipped out his hands. Luckily, it did not get picked off. Now 2nd and 10, he tried to test them, but I feel like he should have threw this ball more outside because bro had the inside leverage on me. It was almost picked off. Luckily, it wasn't. After seeing this play happen, just from looking to the left of me, seeing Jalen Hyatt go up for this catch and come down with it, I already know what we finna be on this season. Cause I'm not gonna lie, with me, Ebuka, and Jalen Hyatt, we're all fast wide receivers. And we can all get that if we need to. If we need to catch that ball, we can. And this is one thing I know is gonna be nasty this season. It's gonna be them fade routes in the red zone from Caleb to me. Touchdown. Me and Caleb got 1 quarter left of playing in this game, and here I'm running a deep crossing route. He cannot guard me at all. I'm just way too fast, getting a big play. Now on this 1st and 10, I'm running a little C route, and he's playing me way too far away. I'm easily getting his first down. 2nd and 4, running a drag where he threw me the ball a little early, and I was able to get the first down, break a tackle, and get taken down. At this point, we clicking. I know what Caleb wants me to do. Even though it's an end route, he wants me to sit here in the middle so that he could throw me that ball, and I'm getting in there for the touchdown. So far this preseason, we haven't seen much of Ebuka, but here he beats that DB off the press easily, using his speed and getting down that field untouched for the touchdown. Now, if you thought we was done balling, we are not. Here on 1st and 10, running drag route, and I turned this little small route into something way bigger, getting his first down and finally getting tackled out of bounds. And here on 2nd and 7, I feel like I had a step over this DB, but this ball wasn't thrown right. I feel like if it was thrown a little bit more to the outside and up, I would have definitely had it. And that was about it. That was about all we could play in this game. We ended up winning the preseason game, but next game, we get a lot more time to play. But in this game, only 1/2, and just look at Caleb's stats. Crazy. And at this point, just as we thought, we're just picking up from where we left off in college. 9 catches, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Now we're in our last preseason game, and we'll be able to play 3 quarters here, and this game did not start off how we thought it would. Caleb tried to force the ball into Saquon, but it was a little inaccurate and went straight to that linebacker. The Raiders defense been playing pretty well against us right now. Behind 3rd and 10, I end up getting open across the middle on the end route, catching the ball, getting to the logo. It worked on the right side, so guess what? We said let's do it again, but this time on the left side, coming into the middle of the field, catching the ball again, getting to about 30. I told my boy Caleb, hey man, every time we're in the red zone, you already know who to look to. Every single time. 1v1 against a cornerback, that is barbecue chicken. I'm not gonna lie, one of the biggest differences between college and here is the fact that in college, this catch would have definitely been made, but they ball skills in the NFL just way better. On 3rd and 9, Caleb tried to fit this ball into Ebuka, but it was not able to get there in time. Defender made a great play on the ball. Here in the slot on 2nd and 10, this DB actually played pretty well, pretty good technique on this play, and it was a little bit overthrown. I feel like if that ball was in my vicinity, I would have made the catch. And on 3rd and 10, coach drew up a play so that I could just get this ball thrown up to me to see what I can do, but there ended up being 2 defenders there because that ball took way too long to get to me. The ball got deflected. Now we're down 24-10 in the 3rd quarter, and their defense is just getting a lot better. They just starting to start sending blitzes and everything. end up getting sacked. It's a good thing this is a preseason game because we're down 27-10 and it's a little bit inaccurate. I had to try to run back for that ball. Wasn't able to secure it. This is gonna be our last drive of the game, so we gotta make it count. And here on 3rd and 16, he's hitting me across the middle of the field to go ahead and extend our drive. Then on 2nd and 5, he tried to hit this wide receiver wide open on his out route, but it was just overthrown completely, and that was our last play. Yeah, man, compared to the first 2 games, we definitely, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of things that we can work on as a team. A lot of things, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna learn from this going into the first game of the season. I mean, yeah, like Caleb was 13 for 28, 127 yards. He threw 2 picks in this game too. So let's get that out the way in the preseason. Let's not go into the regular season with that. And I was only able to get 4 catches with 69 yards and 1 touchdown. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready for my NFL debut. All right, so after balling out in the preseason, we decided to run a little 7-on-7 before our first game of the season. A little non-contact, 7-on-7. Just don't mind the tackling. Just act like that's 2-hand touch. Now, to be honest, we got a pretty good defense, some decent DBs, but when it came to trying to guard our offense here in the 7-on-7, we're just killing them. I mean, they was getting a couple plays every once in a while, but overall, it was just completion after completion, and yeah, it's going to kind of show off exactly how it's going to go when we get to the regular season. And as shown in the preseason and on the 7-on-7, me and Caleb Williams are still on point with each other just like we was in college. And we're looking to continue our dominance coming into the NFL. Because like I said, he got drafted to his team last season. He had a pretty decent season, but he didn't have an amazing season. But this season, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be an amazing season. Let's get into the first game. It's finally the day I have been waiting for my entire life. In my NFL debut, we got the Texans. It's finna be a crazy game. Young star quarterback versus another young star quarterback in CJ Stroud. And to be honest, the way I'm seeing this game is it's the beginning of something great. This is the start of what's gonna make me the greatest wide receiver of all time. And especially with this being my first game in the NFL, playing with my boy Caleb Williams, there's no way we lose this game. Not at all. We got a ball. Playing the Texans in our first game, we already know we coming into this game knowing that this is going to be a tough game. They're a young team just like us that also have dogs on their team and a pretty decent defense. But really though, it don't matter how good that defense is, we got way too many weapons on this offense, and even our tight ends is nice. That boy Cade Stovar picking up the first down. Then here on 2nd and 10, I'm running a little out route and I get my first catch of my NFL career while getting hit out of bounds. Then on the next play, Caleb went right back to me on this little drag route. I'm picking up the first and more. I don't know what defense they in. I don't know why they set up like this, but this is an easy touchdown to the back of the end zone for my first TD in my NFL career. Now, one of the hardest things about trying to guard this offense is the fact that even though they drafted me, they still had a wide receiver that was elite from last season, Emeka Egbuka, and you cannot forget about him. And then not only that, there's another good wide receiver on this team, Jalen Hyatt, Biletnikoff winner. You can't forget about him either. Caleb is a very talented quarterback. He's just a little aggressive, and here I feel like he just threw the ball like the wrong way. He could have completed it. I feel like Egbuka had to step on him. He just kind of bulleted it straight to the DB. He should have lofted it. Kind of like how he does it here on 1st and 10 as I'm using my speed. He overthrows it because he knows I'm going to be able to get to it. And of course, I was able to catch up to the ball and get my second touchdown of my NFL career. It's the third quarter now. We're up 21-3. It looks like our defense is just locking them boys up because they still have 3 points right now. Caleb scrambling out to the left side, getting his ball to Saquon. You cannot forget about him. If he just broke that one tackle, that would have been a tud. But he's still going to end up getting his touchdown on the 1 yard line, running the ball right up the middle. Tud. And in my first game in my NFL career, we went 38-10, dominance, in which Caleb only threw 3 incomplete passes, and one of them incomplete passes was a pick. Saquon almost had 100 rushing yards, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. And it's already looking like this wide receiver duo between me and Egbuka is going to be real nice. Now, playing against the Browns in week 2, this is probably going to be a little bit tougher just because of the defense is a little bit better. It's a top 5 defense in the league right now, without a doubt. So we're probably going to have to work a little harder. We tried to run a little double post coming off the left side of the field on 3rd and 9, but that linebacker was right there to swat the ball down. They ended up taking a 3-point lead, and on 1st and 10, I'm running a little inside route while Denzel Ward was playing the outside third. He had to come in to make the tackle. Now, if they gonna run man on me, they better have Denzel Ward on me, because ain't nobody on that team gonna be able to even stay in front of me as I easily pick up this first down. 1st and 10, play action. I'm running the cross route. He's throwing this ball right over that defender's head, and I'm getting in there for the touchdown. Defense ended up getting a big stop, so we're here back in the red zone. He almost threw this pick right to that DB. It was a little weird play, whatever. We're gonna get through here. We're in a bunch formation, running the verticals play out of here, and I'm just beating that DB right off the press. But I fell 1 yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1, so we're just gonna run this ball right up the middle with Saquon Barkley. And while he got tackled by all the defenders, he ended up coming down with an injury. But the injury was just muscle cramp, so he will end up coming back into this game. But I don't think I showed y'all, we ended up drafting Blake Corum, so he'll be coming in to replace Saquon. It looks like a little bit of a weird defense formation. We're on the play action. It looked like I had 2 people on me, but it was just a zone, and Emeka Ibuka ended up getting wide open for the first down, and then one of our old linemen gets injured. That's tough. No, I haven't had a lot of chances to try to beat Denzel Ward because I haven't really been lined up against him, but here, finally got to line up against him, beat him on the post route, picking up the first down. I'm 2nd and 3 trying to pass the ball, and I'm running the in route, and I had to run back just to try to get this first down. And when I thought we was going to run the ball in to try to get the touchdown, I kind of simmed, but yeah, I ended up scoring the touchdown. 3rd quarter, now we're up 17-3. The way our defense is doing right now, like, they just locking people up right now, and I'm messing with it. Let's keep doing this. Because as long as Caleb keeps on throwing these dots, we're going to be good. Because the defense, they doing their job. In the red zone, running a cross route on 1st and 10, beating Denzel Ward, and I'm fighting to get this touchdown. And there goes another dominant performance. Caleb was 19 for 25, 250 yards almost, and 3 touchdowns. Now, this time it was only one wide receiver over 100 yards. It was me with 9 catches, 133, and 3 touchdowns. All right, now we're 2-0, looking to extend our win streak here against the Titans at home as I pick up this first down. On 1st and 10, Caleb throws a nasty back shoulder fake to Ibuka, and that DB was lost. Then on 2nd and 10, Caleb got a little bit too aggressive. I know I'm 6'5" and I can catch jump balls, but really there was 2 people there, and the cornerback ended up picking the ball off. He didn't even throw it high enough for me to try to go get it. Now, so far in this game, we're really struggling offensively. We're down 10-0 right now. And to be honest, I'm going to give all credit to the Titans defense. I mean, they're putting pressure on Caleb. Every throw he does, he almost has to run away from the defenders when he's throwing it. But we finally finna get into the red zone. I'm running the corner right. He's giving me this ball, getting the first down. He got a chance to score. Like I said, they've been applying crazy pressure to Caleb. They sent 2 linebackers in the blitz, and they end up getting back there for the sack. Then on 3rd and goal, trying to make something happen, but we just can't. The Titans defense is covering everything. I try to run back to see if he'll be able to give me the ball, but had to throw the ball out of bounds. We ended up getting 3 points on that drive. It's good we got points on the board, but we should definitely have more points right now. We just got to do better this half. On 2nd and 10, we made a big mistake trying to run the play action to get something deep because that DN just, I don't even understand what happened there, but he ended up getting a sack. Now at this point on 3rd and 19, there's really nothing we could do but try to throw the ball up. He tried to lead this a little bit too far out, but Ibuka was not able to catch that ball. Luckily, our defense is keeping us in this game. 2nd and 11, we're down 7 points, so we have to get some points here. We're in the 4th quarter. We got to lock in. And right after making that big play, Caleb Williams throws his ball right to that linebacker who was waiting to lurk for that pick. And now they got a chance to go ahead and make this game almost unreachable. They scored a touchdown. We're down 17-3, and on 4th and 10, we was able to convert. If we didn't get that, this game would be over. I'm in the slot. We're running double post play action. I'm burning this DB. And Caleb is lobbing the ball up to me to pick up the big game. And running a drag route on 3rd and goal. He's going to quickly give me this ball to score the touchdown, making it a 1-score game again. The defense comes in clutch, a 7-point game. We have no timeouts. We got to get down the field somehow. He ends up taking the sack, so we got to hurry up. Running no huddle offense right now. We're in verticals, and their defense was not ready for this play. Ibuka was wide open in the middle of the field. He's using his speed to score this touchdown, tie the game up. For scoring that touchdown, we are now in OT, and luckily, we get to receive the ball because we won that coin toss. Let's go scoring in this game. 2nd and 9, I'm running an in route, but I ran it a little bit under, so if that DB couldn't make a play on it, I made a great catch. Then on 3rd and inches, just running the ball up the middle with Saquon, just really trying to get the first down, but he ended up making 2 defenders miss to get a big gain, getting us all the way down the field in the field goal range. What a play. Then on 2nd and 9, running a PA boot, and I'm the crossing route. He's going to throw me the ball, and I'm going to try to fight my way into the touchdown. Not able to get it. We're at the 1-yard line. After trying to force the ball in so many times, it's 3rd and goal, and we running the ball with Saquon one more time. He's getting that game-winning touchdown. And in this game, Caleb was 22 for 35, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He had a lot of yards, but them picks cannot happen. And Ibuka went crazy, 180 yards a touchdown. I had 133 in the touchdown. Now, we may be undefeated right now, 3-0, but that game definitely showed a big flaw that we have in our offense. While we have amazing receivers, great offensive talent, Caleb Williams is pretty aggressive when it comes to certain type of passes that he wants to make, and also our O-line is pretty bad. So if we're not trying to do little quick passes, most likely Caleb's going to get hit while trying to throw the ball, or he's just going to get sacked. Now, as long as Caleb is able to get that ball out fast and make the right decisions, we're going to be pretty good, especially against the top teams in the league. Now, on this 1st and 10, me and Caleb Williams show off the chemistry we've been having since college. He throws his ball behind me, and I just knew exactly where the ball was going to be. That DB ain't know where that ball was. It's an easy tug. Defense got to stop, so we got a chance to try to make this a 2-score game. I thought I was open on this end route, but that linebacker made a great play on the ball, swatting it down. Then on 3rd and 10, I'm running the cross route. He throws the ball a little bit too early, and I was not able to get the first down. Fell 1 yard short. After putting the ball last drive, the Jags actually ended up scoring, tying the game up. I'm running the cross route. They had no zone over here. I'm just wide open, picked up an easy first. They got us to a 3rd and 2, but one thing Caleb really hasn't done so far this season is use his legs. He uses his legs here, getting the first down easily. You can't forget about his legs. They got us to a 3rd down once again, and all game they pass rush has been getting there and almost end up sacking him. He had to throw the ball out. Special teams actually end up going for it on 4th down, so we're here in the red zone on 2nd and 4. I feel like I was open there, but he didn't give it to me. 3rd and 2, he decides to try to force his ball into me on this slant. Multiple defenders around, could have got picked off. Luckily it didn't. We can take the field goal. We still got the lead here. It's 4th quarter. The beginning of the 4th quarter, we're up 10-7. He's hitting Jalen Hyde on that out route. That was a nasty route. Great pass, great catch. They end up getting us to another 3rd down. 3rd and 8, I'm running the end route. He throws the ball immediately, and that DB almost made a play on the ball, but Caleb got that ball there at the perfect time for us to pick up this first. On 1st and 10, running vertical as I'm going across the middle of the field, and nothing's open, and he immediately gets sacked. That pressure from that D-line is just crazy. It's 2nd and 20. I'm running a streak. They got 2 people over here. The defense is great, and he ends up getting sacked again. Now, at this point, the defense is just playing back, trying to make sure we don't get this first down. He tried to throw the ball while getting hit. Couldn't complete it. But man, thank the defense. In games like this, they always show up. I beat that DB off the press, picking up the first down. All we got to do is get first downs, and it's going to be over. They ain't got no more timeouts. 3rd and 1, running the ball with Saquon, and he's going to pick up the first down. That's going to go ahead and end the game. Another hard-fought victory, another great defensive game. And this was Caleb's worst game in terms of accuracy, 19 for 36. And man, I didn't even realize my stats, 9 catches, 161 yards, and a touchdown. We are still undefeated now 4-0, and on the first run of our offensive drive, Saquon ended up going down with an injury again. Now hopefully it isn't too bad or nothing, but it's a good thing we got Blake Corum. We're just past the 50-yard line, and on this play, JC's trying to guard me, but I'm sorry, you cannot keep up with me. I'm gonna go ahead and score this tug. They responded with a touchdown of their own on 1st and 10. I'm running the comeback route. He waited for me, threw it to that sideline, and I made the catch. Now, I ain't gonna lie, before I got into the league, JC has been one of my favorite cornerbacks to watch. It's just the fact he just gets injured a lot, but now it's fun. Now I'm able to be in the NFL and play against him. Coming into this game, we already knew this is gonna be a very tough battle because we're both teams with great defenses. End up getting sacked for a big loss. It's been another great defensive game. 7-7 still in the 4th quarter. On 3rd and 5, he's gonna hit Saquon on the Texans route, making a great catch for the first. Then on 2nd and 6, we can't see it, but he ended up hitting K Stovar for the touchdown to take the lead. They end up scoring 2, but they left way too much time on the clock for us. We got 3 timeouts, about 40 seconds left. I'm making a great catch while getting hit by JC Horn. This time, it's Jalen Hyde's turn to make the big play as he gets his ball in the middle of the field, burning them DBs in between that zone to pick up a big play. And at this point, we're just trying to burn all the clock we can and probably just kick a field goal if we can't score a touchdown. I'm wide open. I don't know what defense they was in, but it wasn't good. And at this point, with under 10 seconds left in this game, kicking a field goal will basically secure the victory. And we win that game, extending our win streak to 5, and Caleb has another good game. And y'all know me, I'm always going to produce 8 catches, 128 yards, and a touchdown. My boy Stover had a tug too. Now, so far through 5 games, our team ranks is already way better than it was last season. As Caleb Williams is leading the NFL in passing yards, and passing touchdowns with only 3 interceptions thrown. My guy Saquon has been through a couple injuries, but he's still averaging a good 60-something yards. He's doing as good as he can. I'm leading the league in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns, and this is not even close. This is just pure dominance. Now, who is that guy? You can't forget about the rest of the guys that's balling too, like Ibuka, Stover, and Jalen Hyatt. Nah, seriously, who is this guy? All right, so far in my career, through just a couple games, I'm already looking amazing. I literally just got in the league, only played a couple of games, and people are already calling me the best receiver in the league. But of course, with the good, there's always gonna be the bad and the negative. You already know where most of the negative stuff comes from. It's the internet. And because of the internet, especially with the division rivalry game coming up, playing against Commanders in week 7, one of their young DBs on that team started talking trash to me over the internet. And honestly, I didn't even respond. And the guy was Emmanuel Forbes. He's a guy I've never talked to a day in my life. I haven't even acknowledged him at all. But for some reason, he decided to talk a little trash, saying he was gonna lock me up. I'm not gonna do what I was doing to the other DBs the previous games on him over Twitter, or what it's called now X. And yeah, they're not having a bad season. One defeated, they're 4-2. Surprisingly, the Cowboys and the Eagles are actually both neutral, but I'm not really gonna talk back to him. Honestly, I'm just gonna let my game do the talking. Now, unfortunately, Saquon will not be able to play this week. He got a calf strain. All that means is Blake Corum get to come in and take over the running back position real quick. But now it's finally game day, week 7. And I told that boy Caleb before the game, just look for me, cause he's not gonna be able to hold me. And on our first drive, I debunked everything he been saying on the internet, killing him off that press, and he is way too slow to catch up to me. I take this all the way home to the crib for an 80-yard tug. They got a pretty mid offense. We end up getting a stop. 3rd and 4 here, running the end route. That safety tried to come down and play on me, but he could not. I got the first down. In the red zone now on 1st and 10, I'm running the corner route. He's throwing me this ball. I'm picking up the first route, taking a hit. For some reason, he's still been talking even after he got killed, so I had to go ahead and knock him down to the ground on this running play, try to shut him up. I'm 17-0 in the second quarter on 1st and 10. Play action, Emeka Ibuka ends up getting open. Kinda not open, but he still makes that great catch. And it's about time that they team shows a little bit of life. They DT gets off that block and finally ends up getting a sack. That's the first time we went backwards. Defense got to stop, and we made our way back to the red zone. I'm running a drag route, scoring another touchdown. Now being up 24-0, it's 3rd and 12, and honestly, I haven't heard Emmanuel Forbes' voice since the first quarter as I kill him on this end route for a big play. Yeah, man, Washington just didn't show no fight at all. I tried to find Emmanuel Forbes after the game, maybe talk to him, do a little jersey swap or something, but I couldn't find him. You know how that go. Caleb played pretty decent this game, a little inaccurate, but could work on that. In Blake's first game starting, 20 attempts, 73 yards in the tug. And you already know I went crazy. You can't talk trash online and not back it up. Like, I'm gonna kill you. Bet he won't do that again. One of the funniest things about being in the NFL is how much times I get tweeted at about my fantasy scoring and all that stuff, because I always win games for people. After every week, people are just saying thank you for going crazy, getting 150 yards, 2 touchdowns and stuff. I'm like, hey man, it's just part of my job, you know what I'm saying? And it feels good. But then one thing I don't understand is why some people decide to sit me just because we're playing against a team like the 49ers. I'm still gonna go crazy. Because at the end of the day, I'm always gonna make plays like this no matter how good the team is. Especially when it comes to sports betting. At this point, my touchdown parlay might as well be at like 2. But as fun as it is clearing my parlays and making sure that teams that pick me up in fantasy win, we got to make sure we win this game because we're down 7 points, and here Ibuka picks up a big play. On 1st and 10, I get the ball in a little slant play, stop in the middle so I can catch this ball and pick up the first down. Running a crossing route, Caleb, knowing that I'm way too fast for him to be able to catch up to me, he just threw that ball right over Fred Warner's head. For some reason, Fred ain't jumped for it, but luckily I got this tug. At this point, it's a back and forth scoring game, 21-14. I'm catching this corner route to pick up the first down. We cannot afford to mess up in this game or turn the ball over because that will probably end the game for us. And here, almost completing this pass, he threw it a little bit too far ahead. Then on 3rd and 14, he overthrew me last time, but this time I beat that boy off the press and I catch the ball, pick up the first down. It's a very big play. Then on 1st and 10, he comes right back to me on the end route, right in between these zones, a dot to get the first down. The way that man Ibuka been balling this season is crazy. He threw this ball straight to him. DB almost made a play on the ball. He made the catch and got to the 1-yard line. Then on 1st and goal, running the ball right in there with Blake Corum. He got in there for the tug. Defense ended up getting a big stop. Tie game. Now we should be trying to need the ball. Probably just go to OT, but instead I want to go deep, and I end up catching this ball, mossing that boy to pick up a big play. We could get a field goal here. But unfortunately, with Graham Gano not being on this team anymore, our current kicker don't got the leg power to get that in. We're going to OT. Then on 3rd and 10, when everybody thought Caleb was coming to me, even though I was wide open, he threw the ball to the other side of the field. Ibuka was also open on a streak, and he made the big play to score the game-winning tug. What a game from the guys, man. Caleb went crazy, almost 400 yards and 3 tugs. And man, just the stats of this duo right here is just, we're just nasty. I know this week 9, we got the Cowboys. We're 7-0, they're 4-3. But the Cowboys do have a recent history of beating the Giants. Though this is my first time playing them, so I'm gonna make sure it's different. Second quarter now, we haven't scored yet. They had 2 field goals, and we finally getting on the board. Ibuka with the tug. They respond with a touchdown. Now I got Darren Bland guarding me, and if it's one thing I know about him, he can catch picks, but he can't hold nobody, and I'm getting right past him, scoring an easy touchdown. Defense ended up getting a stop. We got the lead right now, so we're going to go ahead and extend it. I'm picking up this first down, tackling me forward. They've been playing some pretty good defense. They pass rush been getting there to Caleb, but here he throws the ball to me on this post route, and I'm picking up the first down. Now, on this play, I'm supposed to run this route kind of like a streak, but instead, I saw how far that DB was playing back. I stopped, waited for the ball, picked up the big play. If there's one thing we got to do against the Cowboys, we got to get that ball out real fast, because if we don't, the pass rush is going to get there, and Micah picks up his first sack of the game. Then on 3rd and 19, we almost ended up getting the first down, but we fell 1 yard short. We got 3. They scored, though, so we're down 3 points here. Less than a minute left in the 4th quarter. We got to get down the field. On 1st and 10, one of our favorite plays in the playbook, I'm running the in route, and Caleb knows where to throw the ball to automatically, hitting me for the first. Now, I'm not a loud guy. I don't really be talking too much trash, but I've been telling Darren Bland all game he can't hold me, and obviously he can't. I beat him off the press almost every single time. I honestly don't know why Trayvon Diggs now guarding me. I'd probably still do the same thing to him too. But now 10 seconds left in the game. We want to score a touchdown here, but we do not want to throw a pick. So instead, he just tries to get the first down, couldn't get it. So we had to send the field goal unit out there to go ahead and tie up the game. We're going to OT again. Luckily, we end up getting ball first, and on 1st and 10, running a perfectly ran play action that got that boy Ibuka wide open to pick up that big play. Then on 1st and 10, here's the tight end who gets wide open on this drag route and takes this for the first down and even more. Now I'm supposed to be running a comeback route on this play, but I beat him off the press, and Caleb tried to get this ball to me to score the tub, but he overthrew me. But then luckily, Ibuka is just so nasty, he ended up getting open on the outside to pick up the first down. Then on 2nd and 3, running a play action, and Brevin Jordan ends up getting open, scoring the game-winning tug. Another great clutch performance for Caleb Williams. You know me, winning fantasy games for people. And with that game, surprisingly, we finally get our first NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Caleb Williams. Playing against the Rams this week, week 10, a game we should definitely win. One-on-one with this DB. He just threw this ball up, and I came down with it for the touchdown. Defense got to stop. We got the ball back on their side of the field, and here he almost got sacked by Aaron Donald, so it was a little inaccurate. That must have had him shook, because here on 2nd and 10 running the comeback route, and that ball was nowhere near me. Then on 3rd and 10, he threw this ball down to Ibuka for the touchdown, but that DB made a great play on the ball, just barely swatting it. We still end up getting 3 points. A minute left here on 3rd and 5, I'm picking up the first down running slant. Right now, their offense just can't get anything going, and we got to take full advantage of that, but here, he takes a sack for 6 yards. On 3rd and 9, I'm crossing the field here, and I end up getting bumped a little bit when he threw the ball. I'm surprised they didn't call anything for that, but I was not able to get my hands on the ball, so we're probably going to try to kick this field goal. We got a pretty decent situation right now. It's the 3rd quarter, we're up 10 points, but here on 3rd and 3, he tries to force the ball and ended up getting picked off, and not only that, it went for 6. So now after taking a sack, making it 2nd and 21, we really need a big play. And here I end up getting that big play. That DB tried to make a play on the ball. He just failed completely. And now I'm way too fast. Ain't nobody catching me. That's a tug. Big play. I mean, literally, as you can see, the only reason why they had points is because of that mistake Caleb made. But now, we just got to keep on making sure we get first downs, try to burn some clock. We're only up 10 points. Darting our way up the field. It's fourth quarter now. Went on 3rd and goal. He ran backwards, ended up getting sacked, so we're settling for the field goal. All right, now this game's a lot closer than I expected it to be. 2nd down and long. He ended up taking another sack. Now on 3rd and 24, we have no choice but to try to go deep. He tried to get this ball to me, but he was getting hit when he threw it, so it's incomplete. Now, I don't understand how, but they're actually winning this game now, so we need a money drive. And that's really crazy to me, the fact we've been up all game, and now they're up a point. I'm getting this 1st down, running the post route, trying to make sure we don't lose this game. We can kick a field goal if we just burn the clock. That's what we're doing. We end up getting to the 1-yard line, running the ball again. They stopped it, but that's actually pretty good because 4th and goal. We kick this field goal, we just burn a little bit more time. And to end the game off this close, it's easy field goal to win the game. Hard fought win. Shouldn't have been this close because we was up all game, but we still came out with the dub. And other than that pick Caleb threw that went for 6, he did pretty good. And if I just keep on consistently having games like this, I'm going to destroy all these records. But now we got bigger things to worry about. We got the Cowboys once again, and they're coming back with revenge because last time we beat them by a lot of points. And it's going to be a very big game. We're at home at MetLife. We got to make sure we protect home turf. And well, this game is definitely not going good at all to start off. They got 7 points already. The pressure got on him. He threw that ball to his weak side and went right to Leighton Vander Esch, and he returned that for 6. We're down 2 scores already. Down 2 scores, but we could definitely come back for this. He's trying to throw this ball deep down the field, route throwing off his back foot, and it almost got picked off. Luckily, it didn't. Surprisingly, even after they saw what I did to Bland last game, they decided to keep him on me. And yeah, you already know what's going to happen here. I'm returning this to get the touchdown, put us on the board. We need some momentum. But man, right now it just looks like defense can't really get a stop so far because their offense is looking good. And not only that, Caleb definitely doesn't look like the same guy he was last game. He almost ended up throwing another pick. Now, I'm supposed to be running the end route here, but I beat him off the press so bad I had to just go ahead and go straight up. He inaccurately threw the ball, but luckily I'm 6'5", made the catch, scored another touchdown. That's 2 catches, 2 tugs. But no matter how much we do in our offense or how much I'm doing on offense, their offense is scoring too. And not only that, their pass rush this game is a lot better than it was last game. Micah ends up picking up this sack off our play action. And it's looking like we're finna take our first loss of the season. And we indeed did lose our first game. We didn't lose it by that much, but that was just because of the end of the game. They sat their starters. We started making a little comeback, but it was way too late. And yeah, man, a good amount of Caleb's yards and stats was empty calories. And well, for me, you know, I balled out, but we lost the game. But even though we just lost our first game, there's still always a bright side to everything. And the bright side is the fact that me and Caleb are both in MVP conversations. And with the season I've been having, I could tell why I'm there as a wide receiver. After losing the game like that, the way we did, it definitely took a toll on the team just a little bit. I mean, we're still 7-1. We're doing pretty good, but you know, it was kind of tough. Especially with the Cowboys being a division rival and us losing our undefeated streak like that to them, that's tough. But yeah, after that, I had to call my dad real quick about it because, you know what I'm saying, I need just a couple words of encouragement. I know I'm finna go crazy, but I just need a couple words of encouragement for this next game against the Colts. And yeah, I know it's a little bit crazy, but somehow we really haven't been speaking ever since I got into the NFL. I mean, he's real busy with his analyst stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot busy with my NFL stuff. And we were on the phone, we both understood that. And he gave me a couple words of encouragement, just letting me know that we're still a very great team. We just gotta make sure we learn from that game, learn from our mistakes of every game to make sure we don't lose again. And when people like Randy Moss give you advice like that, you cannot take it lightly. I let the whole team know what he told me and everything. And it seemed like we're all on the right page, but it seems like Caleb Williams is still lingering a little bit from that Cowboys game, and he ends up throwing a pick. But not only that, he ended up throwing another pick. I don't think he understood that safety was going to be able to jump up there as he threw that bullet a little bit too low. So now they got a chance to go ahead and take the lead. They did just that. We're down 21-24, and Caleb does it again. He tried to hit me on the end route, but instead that ball went behind me and straight to the safety where they got another pick. And even with all the picks that bro is throwing so far, I'm not going to get mad at him at all. Though I'm a little frustrated about us being down in this game right now. When we're on the sideline, I'll let him know that I'm here for him because I don't want this to linger into the next game. And after our little talk on the bench, running a play action, I'm running the crossing right. He tried to throw the ball to me, forcing it in, and that DB completely played it and caught another pick. And caught the pick, and that was Caleb's 4th of this game. And then Ibuka ended up getting hurt. So yeah, man, what an end to this game. 2-game losing streak. Definitely Caleb's worst game I've ever seen. I mean, even the games I've seen in his rookie season, I don't think I've seen one as bad as this. 4 picks. Ain't seen this out of him before. And man, all the struggling he was doing even got me struggling a little bit. I had 2 catches, 40 yards. Definitely my worst game of my career so far. I can't have games like this. Ibuka still went crazy with 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. But me, I just couldn't get the deep plays. They end up being picks. I know this game right here is very important. It's more important than you'll realize because, obviously we're on a 2-game losing streak and we got to end this now. Because right now at this point, it felt like we was at the top of the world and now we're almost going to be at rock bottom. Just losing another game could definitely hurt. But here, Ibuka makes a big play, scoring a big touchdown right when we need it. Let's get some momentum to start this game off. Alright, so now you might be asking how we're down 21-7 right now. Well, they end up scoring a touchdown and then on a kick return, they made us fumble and scored another tub. But here, Cade finds Cade Stovar and picks up a big play touchdown to close the gap. Second half, now we got the ball. We got a chance to go ahead and make this a tie game, but Caleb tried to get this ball to Ibuka, who's standing there, but instead it got a little bit pushed away to the left and went straight to Jamal Adams, picked off. Luckily, defense was able to get a stop, so we still got a chance to make this tie game. Caleb is running backwards and still end up completing his ball to me. On 3rd and 12 with Tariq Woolen pressing me. We're both very tall and very fast, but honestly, I'm just faster than him. I kill him off the release and score a touchdown. After we scored, they end up scoring right back. So now we got to go ahead and return the favor again, picking up this big first down, getting way more yards than I should have got on this drag route. Benefits of being fast. We made our way all the way up here, but then on 3rd and 9, he tried to throw the ball to a slant, ended up getting deflected. Hopefully defense can get a stop. And they did just that. Very clutch stop running the end route, and I'm picking up this first down. Then here on 2nd and inches, Saquon Barkley runs this ball right up the middle, ends up getting tackled, and then guess what happens? He gets injured once again. It's crazy how many injuries he done already had this season. I feel bad for him. He had to get helped off the field. So far as we know, he got a leg injury, and his return is to be determined. But now we got to focus on winning this game. And I'm running an out route. He's throwing this ball to me to the sideline, and I'm making a great catch, toe drag. As a superstar wide receiver, you got to learn to know how to read the field. And I had to stop in the middle of the field because I knew that there was a zone. Just wasn't able to pick up the first down. Then on 3rd and 1, Blake Corum running this ball up the middle, picking up the first down. They got us all the way to 4th and goal. I'm supposed to be running a fade route here, but instead I'm running a slant because I saw he was playing the out route, scoring a touchdown to tie this game. As long as we can make the field goal, obviously. Now we did indeed make the field goal, and we're in OT once again here, picking up a big play off the run. Great run from Blake Corum. And now we're past the 50-yard line. On 2nd and 7, he tried to come to me, his best receiver, but instead, Tariq Woolen got his hands on it, almost picked it off. Luckily, he didn't. Tariq Woolen was talking trash a little bit after that play, so here I ran a little corner route. It's supposed to be an out route, but I wanted to get over him because he was standing there waiting for it. And on 3rd and 3, we're in scoring range, and he throws his ball straight to Cade Stovar, who ends up picking the first down, falling at the 1-yard line. And now, at the 1-yard line on 1st and goal, obviously running this ball with Blake Corum, he gets in there to get the game-winning touchdown. It's a great bounce back game for Caleb. He did throw a pick, but he did great other than that. And me and Ibuka, the best receiver duo in the league, you know how we do. Now after that game, normally throughout the season, Saquon, he's been getting injuries, but they were only for about a week. But this time, it's going to be 6 weeks. So it's going to be a while before we get him back. In the meantime, it's going to be Blake Corum getting almost all the running back snaps. And it's just crazy to me looking at the MVP race. It's a 2nd-year quarterback and a 1st-year wide receiver in the MVP race. On the same team, by the way. I mean, it just makes sense. Just look at the year he's having. Number 1 in passing yards, number 1 in passing touchdowns. He got a couple picks, but other than that, he's doing good. And me, I'm finna end up breaking many records this season. I mean, just like, these stats just aren't fair. And Ibuka, he's even having a very great season too. He's about to be at 1,000 receiving yards this season. When I said I'm gonna break records, I'm meaning it. Like, I'm at 1,600 going into week 14, and touchdown wise, I'm already 3rd. So far, I've already had the greatest rookie receiver season of all time, and season not over. All right, man, we got the end of the season coming up, and we are currently 10-2, 2nd in the NFL. And right now, it's looking like we're gonna end up getting the 1st seed, as we just been having such a dominant season. And now, coming into week 14, we're looking to continue our dominance against the Commanders, as last time we played them, it wasn't pretty. And with me currently having a season like this heading into week 14, Ain't no way Emmanuel Forbes could say anything to me, because he tried that last time we played, and y'all remember what happened. And now heading into this game against him in our second time playing him, I'm looking to dominate as I've been doing all season. Now I will say, we struggle sometimes in the red zone, which results in us having to take field goals, because we just can't find the end zone when we're in the red zone like this. But one thing we are good at as a team is being able to get big plays like this. Caleb throwing that ball over the top. And as y'all can see, Emmanuel Forbes ain't even the one guarding me this time. But it don't matter. It's a tug. Defense ended up getting a stop, which is going to give us a chance to go ahead and try to take the lead here. But he tried to throw this corner route to me, and DeForest played my route perfectly. He was in a zone, and he baited that boy. Now we're down 10 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter. We got to find a way to score here, and I beat my man off the press. But not only I did, Emeka Egbuka did too, and he got the tug. And now, only down 3 points, we find ourselves on 3rd and 11. I'm wide open, and he just overthrows it completely. Now we got to give him the ball back. But man, just look at the defense. I get open again on the post right in the middle of the field. He throws me that ball, and I end up getting face masked. Give us some yards. Caleb tried to force his ball into me on this play, and he almost ended up throwing another pick. I ran a comeback route. I don't think he expected that player to just jump up there and swat it down like that. Now 3rd and 3, running the slant. He throws his ball right to me. I'm making the catch while taking the hit. 3rd down once again, 3rd and 10. He tries to get this to Egbuka, but he's not able to get it there. That DB made a great play on the ball. Now, luckily, due to how great our defense is, we end up getting the ball back on their side of the field after taking that field goal. So now we just take the time down and kick a field goal. Other than that pick Caleb threw, he had a pretty good game and almost 400 yards. In this game, I went crazy, but I gotta acknowledge that boy K Stovar, because he went crazy too. But now, heading into week 15, playing against the Eagles for our first time of the season, and to be honest, they're not having a good season. And in these last couple games, we literally played them 2 times in these last couple weeks. So we got to handle business. Now, even though this team is having a pretty tough time winning games this season, and they probably won't make the playoffs, it's still a team that we got to make sure we lock in against. And we know they got a couple good playmakers on their defense, but on this play, that didn't matter. I was able to get over the top of the safety, and that boy put that ball on the money for this touchdown. Nasty. They offense was able to get up the field, but couldn't score a touchdown, so they ended up with 3 points. And us, we got to go ahead and score a touchdown to take the lead. On 2nd and 10, I'm supposed to run straight up, but instead, I decided to sit in the middle just so Caleb could have somebody to throw the ball to in case he didn't have nobody to throw the ball to, so we pick up the 1st down. We're having a pretty decent drive right now, but we ran this play action, and Caleb just felt the need to just throw this ball up, try to force it to Egbuka, and it was just picked off. Just not a smart pass at all. But luckily, our defense is just elite. And here, Caleb basically does the exact same thing he did last drive, but luckily, it wasn't picked off. On this play on 3rd and 10, the Eagles are playing some pretty decent defense, and Caleb tried to take it himself and get the 1st down, but he ended up getting stopped 1 yard short. But then we end up converting on 4th and 1 as the tight end was sitting there wide open, picking up the 1st. We only got 10 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter, and he's going to go ahead and take the check down. There's no point in trying to force the ball in and try to score. We're probably going to take a field goal. Now, to be honest, coming into this game, I did not expect the Eagles to still be in this game with us, and actually their defense been playing pretty well. We only got 10 points. But not only that, they got Caleb Williams looking like he don't know what he's doing back there. Play action running left, and he tried to throw that ball, tried to fit it into Egbuka, but it almost got picked off. And then the pass rush off the edge ended up creating some pressure, and he had to throw a check down, which is forcing us to have to kick another field goal. Our defense got the stop, so now we got a chance to make this a 2-possession game. I'm supposed to run a crossing route, but I ran back to the left because I knew he was going to scramble out to the left side because he does that a lot, and I ended up picking up the 1st down and more. And now I'm feeling it. I told that boy Caleb just go ahead and throw it up to me off this streak, and that DB, he was not fast enough to keep up with me at all, and that's a touchdown. Now this is really crazy. The Eagles aren't backing down at all. They end up responding with a touchdown of their own. Then on the defensive end, they're still applying that pressure, end up sacking Caleb Williams. But then on 3rd and 20, someone who really hasn't been getting the ball that often this year, Jalen Hyatt, makes a big play to pick up this 1st down. Now, I don't know what's getting into Caleb, but for some reason, he's just been trying to force that up to Egbuka all game. I mean, he's just not throwing it correctly, and there's 2 defenders around there. That's incomplete. And now we find ourselves on 3rd and 1. He tried to throw the slant, but he threw a little bit too low. The receiver was not able to make the catch. And now on 4th and 1, I end up getting open on this slant, but instead he threw it to the other side, and it's incomplete. They got a chance to go ahead and take the lead. And with that opportunity, they did absolutely nothing with the ball. They gave us the ball right back, and now all we got to do is run this clock up. But Blake Corum, he wanted to score a touch, so he did. Alright, man, first time playing the Eagles, Caleb definitely could have had a better game, but at least we came out with the win. He had a lot of yards, but efficiency-wise, wasn't that good. And at this point, it's just not fair. I put up stats like this almost every week. But now, heading into week 16, I have broken the receiving yard record for a single season. And with a couple more games to go, I'm looking to blow this out the water. And now, we're playing against the Cardinals, who instead of having Kyler Murray, they now have Tua Tagovailoa for some reason on the team. We're going to see how that goes, though. Now, just from looking at this team, there's no one on this team who can hold me at all. I mean, the only good player on their defense is really Buda Baker, so I should have a field day. But not only should I have a field day, Caleb should also. Here, he decided to go ahead and take it himself to score a touchdown on his feet. Defense got the stop. We're on their side of the field. I'm running a drag route, completing this catch with two people on me, both getting hits on me. Then on third down, with Buda Baker guarding me in the slot, I was able to make this catch while he was on my back. Give me that tug. (14-3), and after taking a sack, it's 2nd and 15. I'm running the end route, and he overthrew this completely, and it almost ended up getting picked off. Luckily, it didn't. But then on 3rd and 15, he threw a dot to the tight end in the seams, and when we thought he caught that, Buda Baker was right behind him and forced him to drop the ball. After having to punt the ball, the defense was still able to get a stop as they always do. He ran left, threw that ball right, and still got that ball to me, picking up a big gain. And now we made it all the way to the 1 yard line, and Blake Corum's gonna go ahead and run this ball in for the touchdown. Now we're up 21-10 in the third quarter, and we gotta go ahead and score so that they start losing hope, because they're not finna win. But just when we thought we was having a pretty good drive, I'm running a cross route. I thought I was gonna pick up this first down, but instead I ended up getting tackled right before it, 2 yards short. But luckily, we got one of the best defenses in the league. We got the ball right back on their side of the field, running a drag route, getting wide open too fast, and I'm getting in there for the tug. Just as we thought, they wouldn't be able to keep up with us offensively. They completed the same amount of passes, but Caleb was way more efficient. And me, 10 catches, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dominating. Alright, now for a little update on Saquon's injury, he'll be back in our first playoff game. And our first playoff game will be the divisional round because we have clinched the #1 seed in the NFC. And with that being said, to be honest, we probably shouldn't be playing against the Eagles with our starters, but we wanted to go ahead and just, sweep them in the series real quick, because why not? Now, obviously, with 2 games left, we shouldn't really be playing these. We already clinched #1, but beating division rivals always feel good. And not only that, we're not even going to be playing the entire game. We'll probably just end up playing the first half, maybe even to the third quarter, but we're not going to play the whole game. But while I'm here, you already know we got to make some plays, drag route. Nobody's even behind me. Easy first down, using my speed, picking up big gain. He's trying to truck him, but he made a great tackle. And then on 1st and 10, we ran an RPO. He threw it to me, and I ended up juking the mess out of that cornerback. And he's lucky that his safety friend was there to help him before I got that tug. I ended up sitting out for this play, but Blake Corum was able to get in there and score a touchdown, extending the lead. And just as we expected, they're playing like they're defeated completely. And here, I'm catching this post route, taking this all the way to the crib. Yeah, so after that, I decided to go ahead and sit down because there's no point of playing anymore. But, you know what I'm saying, last game of the season, we're going to sit out week 18 against the Bears. Let's get ready for the playoffs. The moment we have been waiting for a while. We're finally in the NFL playoffs, and this is a lot of our first times being in the playoffs. Caleb, as well as last year, they didn't make it to the playoffs, and that's why they decided to go ahead and draft me. So we got to go ahead and make sure we take care of business here. And just to make things better, that boy Saquon is back. And he's ready to go ahead and ball out, as in his first run, he picked up a pretty good game. Now, before the game, I told Caleb, we done been in this situation in college before. We done won national championship with each other. We know the chemistry that we gotta have to get to the Super Bowl, and we know what we gotta do to lock in. Now, obviously, the NCAA playoffs and the NFL playoffs are different, but still, you still gotta have that same mindset of go get it and go win it. And that's exactly what we look like right now. 3rd and goal, running a slant, touchdown to start off the playoffs. Let's go. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If the Buccaneers aren't able to keep up with us offensively and our defense is getting consistent stops, this game is going to be a blowout. we know no matter how many times they get a little stop on us, we're eventually going to break off a big play like here. As there's a flag on the field, I scored a touchdown, and it appeared that flag was actually on the DB guarding me. It was a defensive pass interference, and we'll be declining that for the touchdown. Now remember what I said, if they can't keep up with us offensively, they're going to lose by a lot. It's the second quarter, we're 14-0, and we're first and goal again because they cannot get down the field. And I mean, you could tell they're out of it, because what is this formation on defense that they ran? It's just an easy touchdown for me. Man, right now, it just feels good that we're up 21-0 at home, especially our first game of the playoffs. But at the same time, we got to stay leveled, stay grounded, because there's a chance that there's a lot of game left and they could come back. But right now, that's not looking like it's going to be an option, because the way we throwing that ball and getting down the field, ooh-wee. It's like no matter what we do, pass the ball, run the ball, we doing whatever we want to. Saquon running that ball up the middle, and he just gets pushed into the touchdown. We're extending the lead. Right now, we're up 28-0, and it's not looking like they put up any type of fight at all. And even though they got us a third down here, we already know that we're going to be able to easily get the first down, converting here, pick up the first. Man, right now, it feels so good just knowing that Saquon is just coming back from an injury. And just look at the game he's having, scoring another touchdown. And I mean, what could you expect? The offense we got, the defense we got. There's no wonder why we're going on to the conference championship. And Caleb, in his first playoff game, 16 for 21, 230, and 4 touchdowns, no picks thrown. In Saquon's first playoff game since having Daniel Jones as his quarterback, he went crazy, 130 and a touchdown, and a receiving touchdown, you can't forget about it. And in me, you know I can't disappear in a playoff game. 150, 3 touchdowns, and 10 catches, crazy. And now, we got the Cowboys in the conference championship. To be honest, we thought the 49ers would come out on top. And on the other sides, the Bills and the Chiefs. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's really crazy because at the beginning of the season, the Cowboys really were struggling. But they, you know what I'm saying, they put it together, and now we're playing them in the conference. And not only that, this is their first time in the conference championship since the 90s. So we got to make sure this is their last time and that they don't make it to the Super Bowl. And with the amount of talent that both teams have here, we know it's going to end up being a very good game. It's going to be about who got the will and the fight to win. And now we done made an order to the goal line. I'm catching this slant to tie up the game. So far, it's looking like it's going to be a high-scoring back-and-forth type of game as they scored, and now we got to go ahead and return the favor and score again. We got to keep this going, because if we stop, they not. With time coming down, we're trying to score with the least amount of time possible. I'm picking up this first down, getting tackled. And now, run this ball in with Saquon, and he's getting in that touchdown to tie the game up. Coming out to the second half, they messed up. They only ended up getting 3 points. And here, Ibuka was running a streak, caught the ball, using his speed, and Darren Bland cannot hold him. That's a touchdown. We taking the lead. They end up getting another field goal. So here, we can go ahead and make this a 8-point lead as long as we score. He overthrew that a little bit, but good thing I'm 6'5" and athletic. Made the catch, picked up the first. So far in the playoffs, Saquon has been very successful running the ball. And here we're running the ball, and he's getting in there for another touchdown. Alright, now this is when it starts getting a little interesting. It's a tie game as they scored and got 2. It's 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got to make sure we score, because if we don't, we might lose this game. Now, to be honest, one of the smartest things to do here is try to run the ball, take down a whole lot of clock, and that's what we're doing. Saquon running and getting the first down, getting tackled. Then, on 2nd and 7, he runs the ball again, a right side stretch, picking up another first down. With only about a minute left in this game, we're running the ball on 2nd and 11. Saquon picks up another first down. We've been running the ball so well so far, so why would we not go ahead and run it again, and he gets the touchdown to take the lead. And now they got 1 minute to try to score with no timeouts. Just as we thought, the defense ended up getting stopped right when we needed it, and we going to the Super Bowl. Just a great game overall from the whole team. Caleb was 20 for 25, 302 touchdowns. Saquon 15 for 79 with 3 rushing touchdowns. And Meanie Booker led this game with receiving yards, with both with a touchdown, and Hyatt was right there to help us. And now, if you ain't see at the bottom of the screen last game at the end, the Chiefs actually end up winning, beating the Bills once again. It's just like Josh Allen just can't get past Mahomes, but we got Mahomes in the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a big game. We have always dreamt about this since we was little kids, and it's crazy that I'm here with my boy Caleb in my rookie season. We gotta make sure we win this one, because we don't know when we'll come back. Now, you would think that a group of young people would come into the Super Bowl nervous, but us, nah, we ready to ball, and we made probably the craziest catch of the year got swatted, and I still made a way to catch that ball, using my speed to score our first touchdown of the Super Bowl, setting the tone. Now coming into this game against the Chiefs with Pat Mahomes on the other side, we know that this is going to be another game where we cannot slow down. We're going to have to score every drive. And though their defense isn't amazing, they got players on that team that in the playoffs, they always make plays. But here, I can't see that because I'm scoring my second touchdown. Man, when I tell y'all all season, our defense has just been there every single time we needed them. They forced them to the field goal, and now we can go ahead and extend the lead even further. When I tell you, ever since the playoffs started, the locked-inness that we have been in has been crazy. I mean, you can see it from every single player on the team. And I mean, just look at the way Caleb is back there, all confident, just throwing dots. As he hits Jalen Hyatt open in the middle of the field, he fights forward for that touchdown. Alright, man, they scored, but they gave us enough time to go ahead and score before half, and that's where they messed up at. We're having a pretty good drive here trying to get up the field. Caleb throws his ball a little bit too far ahead and ended up getting swatted. Probably should have been picked off, but you know, they didn't have no awareness to what was going on. They actually ended up stopping us before half, which is the first time we didn't score on a drive. And now on 3rd and 9 in the third quarter, we're picking up this first down. Jalen Hyatt making a great catch while taking a hit. 1st and 10, they're running the zone, and they got me on a streak just to get this deep corner out of the way so Jalen Hyatt could run this crossing route, get wide open, and pick up a big gain. Now on 2nd and goal, we probably should have run the ball here, but instead we did a passing play. I'm running a drag where he threw me the ball. I had to run backwards to try to fight to get back to the 1 yard line. And now on 3rd and goal, we just need 1 yard to get the touchdown, but they D-line was all over that. Stopped Saquon in his tracks, and we actually lost a yard. So we're gonna be smart here and take the field goal. Well, at least that's what I thought we was gonna do, but instead, special teams decided to go for it, faking a kick, and it just didn't work at all, obviously. And so now, instead of being tied up 24-24, we're down 3 points. We're playing catch up now, and I almost got this first down, but I ended up falling 1 yard short. We got to go for it. And then on 4th and 1, we thought this was going to work, but it did not. They ended up sending people off the edge, and the run got stuffed. Bad business. But just remember what I said. The defense is always there for us. Instead of allowing a touchdown, they only allowed a field goal, so we still have a chance to win. 1st and 10, I'm running the end route to pick up this first down. He throws that ball to me perfectly in between them zones, and I'm picking up the first down. And now this time on 1st down, he's hitting Cade Stover, who ends up picking up the first down, trying to break tackles, fighting forward for even more yards. And now, 1st and 10, I'm running the drag where he threw me the ball. I'm making a catch while taking a hit to get us to the 1 yard line. 3rd and goal, no timeouts left, a touchdown to get us the lead. And here, running a slant, he throws me the ball to go ahead and get this touchdown to basically win the game. And I said basically because the Chiefs could have had a chance to go and get down the field, but there was not enough time. Now in victory formation, we win the Super Bowl. Crazy. In our first Super Bowl game, we all go crazy, and you cannot deny by these stats that we not only just nice now, since we all young, we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. And as y'all can see, my boy Caleb ended up winning Super Bowl MVP. I won Offensive Player of the Year and Offensive Rookie. Y'all can see the rest of the awards. Now, to be honest with you, I feel like Caleb should have won MVP. Just look at the stats he put up. I mean, he was the only quarterback this season to have 5,000 passing yards. On the bright side, that boy Buka had 1,000 yards this season. And as for everybody else on the team, they all had very good stats as well. Everybody contributed. And I especially want to give a special shout out to the defense. I mean, them boys couldn't do nothing without them. They were making big plays all year, getting big stops when we needed them. They the real MVPs. And lastly, I had almost 2,300 yards and 25 touchdowns. And it's just crazy to see that already in my rookie season, my name is number 1 in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns in a single season. So far, my journey to become the greatest receiver of all time at all levels is already starting off well here in the NFL. And you know, it really hit different when you doing this with somebody that you won a national championship with in college. I mean, this means something to me, man.